Do you guys want a second live show this week? Maybe Thursday prime time special? If you do, we need you to share today's video, the Cowboys' top round 1 draft targets. Help convince the bosses that you guys are ready for 2 live shows, at least a trial run of it. So help us out. Share this video, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, text, whatever. Share it for me right now. This is the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. Today's show is a lengthy look at the potential round 1 draft targets for the Dallas Cowboys. So we've got a bunch of names. Make sure you watch all the way through. We begin with one of the more controversial ones. That is Bijan Robinson, the Texas running back. This is what makes this challenging. He's really good at football. Bijan Robinson will probably be a top 10 player in this draft once you factor out the positional value. The problem is it's the positional value of a running back. It makes things oh so challenging. And is drafting another running back, whether you pay Tony Pollard or not, is that really a good idea? I'm not so sure from that standpoint. So Bijan's awesome. I'm a big fan of what he does for you on the football field. Awesome at Texas. Isn't the greatest pass catcher or pass catcher. I don't think he's bad in that area. But you only have 1 first-round pick. That is your most valuable asset. Gonna spend it on a back? Didn't we just learn that was a problem? It's tough. So play GM for me. Do you want to draft a running back in round 1? Y for yes, N for no. Go vote for me in the comment section. Y or N. As we look at some more Cowboys draft targets, we'll stay on the offensive side of the football here. Wide receivers. There are 3 names that jump out as the big 3, and maybe one of them is there for you at the back end of round 1, number 26 overall. Jordan Addison is the most intriguing for me, specifically for this Cowboys team. He brings you speed. You don't really have speed right now in your wide receiver room. He was more productive at Pitt in 2021 when it was Kenny Pickett, just throw it to him every single snap. A little bit less so at USC, but still very good season there. The bigger name is Quentin Johnston, at least in terms of bigger body, I should say. The TCU wide receiver, the local kid. He is a after-catch nightmare. He's not as fast as Addison is. I kind of liken him to a skinny Dez Bryant, but he will go get some catches for you. He'll go high point, that he'll be aggressive, which, that's been a problem for some of your receivers this year. He's another outside threat, good production for TCU. And Jaxon Smith-Njigba, there's a chance at least one of these guys is on the board for you. JSN is not that fast. That's what holds him back despite an awesome 2021 campaign for Ohio State when he outproduced Olave and Garrett Wilson, but he's only really played the slot. I'm not sure he can play the outside. I don't think he's going to run better than a 4.5 40, so he gets open. That makes him team friend or quarterback friendly. So all 3 guys do something for you to help your quarterback, making them valid options at the back end of round 1. Now, the pinned comments on today's show. Who do you want the Dallas Cowboys to draft? Let me know in the comment section. Any player, head down there and let me know right now, especially if the ad break comes here on YouTube. Some other receiver draft targets, guys, you might see linked in that late round 1 range if the other receivers go earlier. Different styles for everyone here. It's Josh Downs from UNC, Zay Flowers from Boston College, Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee, Kayshon Boutte from LSU. Boutte did not have a great year. At least one I won in round 1. Josh Downs is a speedy slot, but he's slot only. I don't know if the Cowboys want that. Zay Flowers has played a bit more on the outside, also some speed. Jalen Hyatt is not big, but he is tall and he's a burner. I want speed this year. So if you give me some speed, maybe those guys fall to you in round 2. Maybe you trade up in round 2 and go take one. That starts to make a lot of sense for me at wide receiver. Over to defense now. Joey Porter Jr. Yeah, that's Pittsburgh Steeler linebacker Joey Porter's kid. Really great production this year at Penn State. Teams basically did not throw at him, which is the mark to me of this guy's good. He's not as big as his dad, but he's a damn good football player. We're going to go through a lot of corners here. We'll kind of broad stroke because we got like 15 more names to get through here. But some of the corners will be off. We're hitting all of them. One of them, I bet, will still be there for you, if not multiple. Now, today's Cowboys Report is sponsored by Athletic Greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 in the morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. Once I've got baby Olivia sit up with her breakfast, I make my own AG1. I don't feel the need for caffeine in the morning anymore, and I feel energized throughout the day. It's that simple. It's a fantastic win-win deal there because covering my nutritional basis for the day literally couldn't be any easier. It's why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix one small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. Done. It also costs less than $3 a day. That's pretty big. That's a pretty good deal, if you ask me. So you should try it out, folks. AG1 by Athletic Greens. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check it out, folks. Links in the comment section and the description of today's show. Over now to our next Cowboys draft target at the cornerback position. That is Devon Witherspoon, the Illinois cornerback, who's getting some buzz. Not surprising there. Look at his numbers this year. Absolutely fantastic numbers. 35% completion. That is ungodly. 206 yards allowed. 3 interceptions. 14 pass breakups. Witherspoon could be the first corner off the board, just like Joey Porter Jr. I would love him in Dallas, even if he's a little bit skinny and might not be a full-end burner. Christian Gonzalez's production was not elite this year, but he did take a step forward. He's got the traits that NFL teams covet as well. 60.9% completion rate, 495 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 7 pass breakups. I did not love the production, but I thought it was still good enough given his role in the Oregon defense. Tackling can be a bit of an iffy thing there. Maybe some C.J. Henderson to his game. All right, Cam Smith, the South Carolina cornerback. I would wonder if those first 3 names are the least likely of the 3 to be there for you. Cam Smith, though, played pretty damn well. 47.4% completion, 211 yards, 2 TDs, 1 INT, 5 PBUs, and hey, Israel Mukuamu, J.C. Horn have had pretty good success as South Carolina corners turned NFL players. All right, let's go to a controversial name, Kelee Ringo. I think Ringo's gone from a bit overrated to at least slightly underrated at this point. When he got beat, he kind of got beat bad. He allowed under 44% completion rate, but 552 yards, 1 TD allowed. Was it 2 interceptions, 7 pass breakups? It was not bad, but it wasn't perfect either. It was still he's more traitsy than he is polished. There's still some transition issues, but he's got upside to be a number 1 corner. I think when he tests the way I think he will at the Combine, he'll be right back in that first-round true conversation, maybe even top 20 again. We got a long list of names to get to, and this is why you subscribe, right, for the best Cowboys draft coverage on YouTube. Hit that sub button. Free videos every single day. Do not miss out. Sub for free to us here at the Cowboys Report. Next up, Emmanuel Forbes, the Mississippi State corner. And I'm not sure he goes round 1, but you're going to like this stat line from Forbes. 53.4%, not bad. 284, 3 scores, yeah, but 6 interceptions. He's got like 14, I think. Let me double check my notes. 14 interceptions over the course of his career. Double checking my notes right now. 14 interceptions in 3 years. That's what's up. He also, by the way, had 3 touchdowns scored. He allowed 3 touchdowns too. He's even. He's even in terms of points allowed and scored. It's insane. So Forbes, late round 1, I'm intrigued. I didn't love Cam Dantzler and others, but I like Forbes a lot more from Mississippi State. All right, Deonte Banks. I know there's been some round 1 buzz for him. The completion percentage was pretty good. I don't love the touchdowns allowed. The interceptions, pass breakups are fine, but I think he's more of a round 2 guy for me, not quite full on round 1, but there's upside there. We'll be brief on Clark Phillips because I like him a lot. He's a fun football player. A lot of ball skills. Also allowed too many catches, yards a bit high. A lot of nickel reps, so don't read as much into that. He does not fit the Cowboys' size profile. Overall, a very long and lanky cornerback class unless you're Clark Phillips, which doesn't quite fit what Dan Quinn and Will McClay are targeting these days. All right, what position do you want the Cowboys to go draft in round 1? We're done with corners. We got several more positions to go through, so we'll go quickly. But let me know what position you want the Cowboys to draft in round 1. I'm grouping these 3 names together. Tight end Michael Mayer, offensive tackle Broderick Jones, and safety Brian Branch is like the next tier below some of those top-end guys. Like you're not getting Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, etc. I would be surprised if you got either of these 3 players, but I'd love it. They'd be great. I just think they are the CeeDee Lamb of your eye of like, oh, we'd love to get them, but don't get your hopes up. But it happens sometimes. Other tight ends I've seen hyped in that late round 1, round 2 range, Darnell Washington, Dalton Kincaid, Luke Musgrave. I would like Washington the most because he's 6'7", like 280. He's huge, but I don't think they go tight end round. It's a good tight end class. They can afford to wait. All right, let's go now to some more players. We got 6 left. I think I'm pronouncing the last name right. Cody Mock out of North Dakota State and Osiris Torrance, the guard out of Florida. Both fit that late round 1. I think that's where they could end up going. Maybe Cody goes a little bit later. Osiris Torrance has been a right guard for Florida, but he has not a lot of sack in his collegiate career at Florida or at Louisiana, and he's a road grading mauler, which I like. Cody Mock looks like a North Dakota State offensive lineman, by the way. Some buzz. He might get some guard center work at the Senior Bowl. Depending what happens with Tyron Smith, could be a good pick for you. Late round 1, take one of those players. Feel better about your offensive line. All right, what side of the ball do you want to draft? O for offense, D for defense. In an ideal world, which side are you drafting? Let me know in the comments. Let's wrap up with defensive talk here. Bryan Bresee, the defensive tackle from Clemson, and Siaka Ika, the DT out of Baylor. About as far on the other ends of the spectrum as you could go in terms of their play and production and just play style. Bryan Bresee is a former 5-star recruit, has never lived up to the talent. There have been flashes, and he had his best year ever coming off a torn ACL, but he's not a proven piece. I think that's why he's more of a late round 1 guy than a true top 5 player, as he was kind of mocked entering the season. Siaka Ika didn't play as well this year, but if you want a fatty in the middle, there's your guy. All right, finally, linebacker Drew Sanders and linebacker Trenton Simpson. Now, different styles of player here. Both can blitz a little bit. I don't really want to take a linebacker in round 1, but these are the 2 names I think to monitor. Drew Sanders intrigues me the most. There were some missed tackles this year, but he was an edge at Alabama to begin his career and then kind of motioned off ball for Arkansas and put up some pretty bonkers numbers. Meanwhile, Simpson's a great athlete, but I thought he played better in 2021 than he did in 2022. We will have more and plenty more NFL draft coverage, folks, so just make sure you're subscribed to us here at the Cowboys Report.